My mother's boyfriend made me realize how insecure my stepmother is. I feel like I've just gotten to know a new world where I'm basically treated like a person and not a nasty fly. I speak Spanish, so if you want to leave a comment in Spanish, feel free. My father has been married to my stepmother for 6 years. They have 2 kids together. I'm 17 years old. I'm quiet. I clean all my things. I work part-time, so I even pay for a lot of my things. I'm not perfect, but I've never been a problem, but she always made me feel like one. She started with showing annoyance when I went to my father's house. My mother taught me to always wash my own dishes, but I have the clear memory of hearing my SM tell my father that she will not clean other people's dishes or cook food for me. I think that was the first time I felt like a nuisance in a place where I used to feel comfortable. My father and I used to always take trips together, and I honestly felt a little excited to go on vacation with my little brothers, but they started going on vacation together as a family. I was no longer part of that family. She didn't like me going with them. Then the Christmas photos started. It felt strange when they took a picture with me, and then she would say, "Okay, now one with my family." And I had to step aside. Also with the photos they have hanging, baptisms? I am not in them, although I was present at the place. When my siblings were born, she really hated when I was present around them. She resented my presence. I remember once asking about this on a Facebook group about stepmoms and getting responses from women saying that my SM's behavior was normal, so I just decided to try not to feel bad about it. I think as the years went by it stopped hurting, or so I thought, until I met my mother's boyfriend, who I will call Luigi, because he looks like him. He's been dating my mom for 2 years, but he's been a friend of my mom's for years. He has a son from a previous girlfriend. Luigi is really kind and funny, so it felt strange to feel comfortable around him. One day he was organizing a vacation, and I was happy to hear him include me in his plans. His son and I get along well, so he even invites me on outings together. My mother is pregnant, and I think that relived a trauma with my stepmother, so I automatically expected to be left aside by Luigi, but it didn't happen that way. My mother, and he always includes his son and me in all the plans. Thanks to this, I began to realize little by little that my stepmother is not normal, but it still hurt. Everything exploded yesterday when my father and his family were going to take the typical Christmas photo. My father told me that he would take one with me later, like every year. He keeps them in his office. So I stayed at home. I felt silly for feeling sad again. My mother hugged me, but I just got tired and finally told my mother about the real treatment I've been getting, and for the first time I saw Luigi angry. He called my father, and I heard him tell him everything. I even laughed a little when he said that my SM is an insecure psychopath. Although Luigi apologized to my mother for it, he told her that what I have been experiencing is a type of psychological child abuse that he will not be involved in anymore. Those words made me realize that it's true. I've been bullied by a grown woman just for existing. She's insecure about a kid. I was a kid when I meet her. I was a kid when she made me feel insecure in my own house. I was a kid when she started to call me a weekend daughter. I don't want to see my father again. I don't want to live my adulthood around a person who hates me, but I also don't want her to win by giving her what she wants. Make me disappear. Edit. Apparently this post has been posted in a sub about stepmoms, since I have been receiving private messages from people who want to justify my stepmother's behavior. I'm sorry, but I won't answer any messages, and I will only block those accounts. I don't need someone to turn the victimizer in my life into a victim. I don't need a group of cruel adults to want to make me feel guilty when I was a child. Absolutely nothing in this world justifies mistreating a child. Being a stepmother is difficult? Then try to be a little girl who doesn't understand why an adult who lives in the same house hates her. I posted about it on my profile. Update. Hi. I made this account just to vent, but I got so many sweet comments. Except for the harassment by the women in that stepmom subreddit, I talked about it on my profile, that I wanted to leave one last update for the people worried about me. After the day Luigi put boundaries on my father and SM, my father didn't call me or say anything until several hours later when he sent me a message saying, "I'm so sorry, Hija. I love you." I felt strange because that message didn't make me cry or feel loved. I always wanted to be a daddy's girl, you know? I always loved my father and really appreciated all those few moments we could have together without my stepmom being there making bitter comments. But when I read that message, I had no feeling other than to think same old thing. And I didn't answer. My father had his pictures with me in his office at home, but why do I have to be a secret? I'm not the daughter of a lover he wants to hide. Why does my existence have to be hidden there? My face can't be in the house where I lived? It's silly to say this now when I used to feel happy to see my photo there. I felt special thinking Dad has me in his office every time he works, smiley face. But as I started to grow up, these things took on a dark and realistic meaning. That feeling of feeling special disappeared. A day after that message, I decided to talk to my father and stepmother. My mother and Luigi said they would go with me, but I told them I preferred to go alone. I told my father that I will not return to the house as long as he is still married to her. I think my words may have affected him because he apologized to me again, told me that he loves me, and that now we can all go on vacation together. I would have liked to be the biggest person, but they are the adults. I was the biggest person since she arrived, and I'm tired. I just told my father that I don't want to go anywhere where she is. I told him that even if he changes and sets limits on her anyway, I don't want to surround myself with that kind of energy anymore. I think it's healthy for me to start setting limits. I've read people in the comments who talked about being plus 35 years old and continuing to put up with their cruel stepmothers in order to see their fathers or siblings. I don't want that future. I don't want to live my adulthood sharing dinners with a woman who hates me. I'm terrified to think about having children and that they will have to call her grandma. I don't want to have to pretend that everything is fine. My father told me that he can't leave her because she is his wife and the mother of his children. I told him that I know, and that's why I won't come back. He saw something in her if they have been together for years. Both deserve each other, a cruel person and another who failed to protect me. I'm not going to lie. We argued, raising our voices, especially with her, who said that I was always problematic and in need of my father's attention. Their true personalities became clear to me when she said that I should understand that the wife/husband comes before the children, and my father agreed. I couldn't help but compare it to my mother and Luigi, who always put me and his son first. My mother always asked me if Luigi treated me well when they first got to know each other. In the end, I made it clear to my father and her that as long as they are married, I will never set foot in that house again, and that I will not be in the same place as her ever again, because I think she's really insecure, and that's really sad. I told my father that I also need space away from him. He told me that he loves me, but I'm tired of that way of loving. I felt depressed for a few days, but today we have finished decorating the house for Christmas, so my mother infected me with her Christmas excitement. Luigi has gone to pick up his son, so tomorrow we will all be together. Maybe I let my stepmother win, but I think I'm going to win too by not having her in my life.